using Windows rights definitions. So in your question, you had asked if it's possible to basically create a write that has a command file or a bat file that has multiple commands within it. And this is exactly what I've done. Pretty much I created a command. It's called my script, and it's called startservices.cmd, running out of the C drive. And I put it in my machine, and what it does, it actually goes and stops 3 services. The spooler, SQL Server, and the firewall. So the idea is that we are going to assign this command once, and it's going to execute the nesting internally. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I defined it. So I defined it as, just like you saw it, so the user can only run it from C, not from a different location, and it's going to be running as a local administrator. What I did was I put it back to the Siemens test role that was created yesterday, and as you know, it was assigned at the member 2 machine level to Mark. I've already logged in to my member 2 machine as Mark, and one of the things that I've done is I've actually run the SC command on the side here, so we can see the status of the services. So all those services are running right now. What I'm gonna do is first try and run the command normally without any rights. So first and foremost, also realize that the user is not an administrator. So if I right click and do run as administrator, it's going to prompt me because I'm not a local administrator, right? So if I go and I run the command normally, I'm going to get access denied, right? In order for me to execute the command, I need to right click and run as role, and I'll be able to run it like that, right? So let's take a look at the status of the services now. Notice that it's saying stopped for the spooler, stopped for SQL Server, and stopped for the firewall. And if I were to copy this file, let's just say I want to go ahead and copy it and paste it on my desktop. Now the path has changed, right? So now is on the users, the username, Marquez, and desktop. If I want to run it, I won't be able to run it because when I defined the actual write, it was only to run from C, so on the C drive. Again, this also ties to auditing. So everything I did was captured on the audit because the role I set it up to be audited. So when you see my activities in the audit console, you'll see that everything I did, and you can replay it as well. So again, the idea is to have not only the flexibility to define exactly what you need, but also to have the ability to track what people do at the end of the day. So here is the session with Marquez still running. If I look at the index event list, it's going to show me the Windows events in a sequence. So what I'm interested in is maybe from here, when I open Notepad, so this is going to launch the Centrify player. And again, the Centrify player allows me to do session capture and replay. Actually, only session replay, and I can fast forward, rewind, and all that nature. In my particular example, because I have multiple VMs running, this typically takes a little while. Only 16 gigs of RAM. So this is it. This is when I was showing you the contents of the command. If I take off the real-time clock, it's going to go out a little faster. This is showing you the status of the services. I can fast forward and make it go faster as well. If I wanted to go straight to maybe this event right here, I can just jump into that. All right, so this proves that we can nest commands in a CMD file, that we can also specify the path that is going to be running at, that if users copy the file in a different place and they want to run it, they won't be able to run it, and that ultimately all their actions are going to be audited. I hope you enjoyed this video.